these Pharisees were sent. Pharisees were sent so that this story could be told. Why was it put in their spirit to go ask him? Because it had to be witnessed. It had to be told. It had to be spoken. You got to remember, everything about the Bible is spoken and read. You got to hear the word to get the truth. So he said, I am the voice of one crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord, as said the prophet Isaiah. He didn't know he was Isaiah. You know how we know that? John the Baptist was Isaiah in the regeneration. You know how we know that? I bet you don't. I bet you don't. Because this isn't taught. You got to have been given the power of the Spirit to know these things and to be able to find them. So in Matthew 11:14, how do we know that John the Baptist was Elijah? Who was he? He was Isaiah. Not Elijah, Isaiah. Salakia, my bad. They could have made those guys' names a little bit further apart, right? Matthew 11:14, we're talking about regeneration still. 11:14, and it reads, get this. He's talking about John the Baptist. This is red letter. This is Jesus speaking. This is the blood. This is the blood speaking, baby. Verily I say unto you. This is Jesus speaking. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there is not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is the least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Let me continue. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. I'm not going to get into that right now. For all the prophets in the law prophesied until John. And if you will receive it, this is Isaiah. Is he Isaiah or is he Elijah? They changed the name here, so that's what confuses you. You're like, who are they talking about? He calls him Elias. So is that Elijah? I think so. Yeah, this messes me up every time. Elijah. Let's get it straight. John the Baptist is Elijah. Not Isaiah, Elijah. The one that got translated. He rose without dying. He was taken up. Elijah. And there's a lot deeper meaning to that whole, he was taken up. I could go into John, and at the end of John, Peter asked, what's up? And the Lord goes, you don't worry, you follow me. What about John? What are you going to do with him? If he tarries with me, that's my business, not yours. You just worry about what you need to do. You need to follow me. And that's David. That's David following Solomon. You just need to follow me. So what's it say? Jesus says it himself. And if you will receive it, this is Elijah, which was for to come. He that has ears to hear, let him hear. If you can receive it. So why is everyone so lost on regeneration? Didn't anyone ever read this before? Isn't that strange? Why did the Lord block that out from everyone? I don't get it. Because you got to understand these. You come back again and again. That's the beauty of the gospel. You live until the end, and you get to come back, and you get judged, and you get to get better and better, or worse and worse. So what's happening is all the good ones, all the sheep are gonna go this way, and all the wicked fockers, are gonna go that way. The goats. What else do we have? You hear what I'm saying? He said no. He didn't know he was Elijah. They're all. So if the Pharisees asked him, "Are you Elijah?" Elijah's been dead for 400 years when they asked him that. Why would he be Elijah? Because the Pharisees knew about regeneration. That's why they asked him. Are you that prophet? Are you Elijah? No, I don't think so. No. Are you Christ? No. Get it? Why were they asking him if he was someone that's been dead for 400 years? Because the Pharisees knew about regeneration. Come on, sir. One more. 1 Samuel 10:6, and then we'll close out. So, I just heard Vocab Malone. You know, he bags on the Hebrew Israelites all the time, and we're all wondering who these weirdos are, and they're the talk of the town because they're just so strange. So Vocab, I don't know if he's an agent and he's just working alongside them by being, what do they call it? Controlled opposition. Oh, I can't believe I remembered. Controlled opposition. So is Vocab Malone controlled opposition? Is he just someone there to, because he argues with them on everything, and he argues with them on regeneration, and he calls it reincarnation. He doesn't even know what it's called. It's not reincarnation. Your body doesn't come back. It's just your spirit. Your spirit regenerates. How's it do that? The Lord is the regenerator. Boom! Back down under the sun. Time for some judgment. Where are we going? 1 Samuel. Salakia. Dun, 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 dun. Let me find it. It's right here. 1 Samuel 10:6. If you want to look up these scriptures yourselves and study it for yourself. This is where I think he's talking to Saul. (10:6). Saul's anointing. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, "Is it not because the Lord has anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance?" That's another example of where these black Hebrew Israelites have it all messed up. What is that saying? Why am I pouring this oil over your head? Because you're going to be the captain over his inheritance. What's the inheritance? That's what we get when we get to the kingdom. That's where you're placed. You're going to be the captain over the Israelites. He's going to be under King David, and that's what these dumb ass fucking black Hebrew Israelites piss me off all the time, saying, "House of Saul, house of Saul." Samuel says it right here, because the Lord has appointed thee to be captain over his inheritance. Let's just move on before I start snapping. So, verse 3, 1 Samuel. Verse 2. When thou art departed from me today, then you shall find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre. Do you think Rachel has a little bit to do with the Bible? Do you think the mother of Joseph and Benjamin might just have some... Benjamin might have something to do with this Bible? You'll find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre in the border of Benjamin at Zelzah, and they will say unto you, the asses which you went to seek are found, and your father has left the care of the asses, and sorrows for you, saying, what shall I do for my son?